Hey, yeah.
What's up? All right.
So, I'm go ahead and get these out of the way because I don't feel like they're a little brain tonight. But I went home this past weekend, and every time I go home, I always end up writing about something. And it's always like the conversations that I have with people. So, this is called Invisible Change. Go. Sit. Eat. Shit. Let me train you up the way I see fit. I'm starting to realize people like to domesticate their partners as they would an animal or a child. But no one wants to love their partner wild. Love them to freedom, to liberation. No one wants to love them better. Just all demands and barks, but nothing from the heart. Love me. Be with me. Give me attention. Fuck me. Let me train you to love me, even if you lose yourself. I want you to be my cookie and put your love on the shelf. I want you to follow my demands, and if you don't, there's a slight chance your punishment might be these hands, or some type of neglect. I have to show you I own you, not love you. I don't want to water you. I want to pluck you and control you. Be the controller of your water and how you grow. Be the master of your disguise and gag you to let the truth to show. Strip you of everything so you can depend on me. I want to own you, not love you. I want to break you in and train you. I want to give you invisible chains. Some call a relationship. So that was that piece. I write because that's how I speak. I write because that's a better way for you to know me. I write because without a pen I wouldn't know what to do with my hands. I write because that's my way of taking a stand. I write because I can. I write because in poetry I'm the fucking man. Yes, I write. Because the words are given to me. I write because that's the way I can govern you. See, I write. Because I'm passing out emotions mentally. Poem. I write because it's my destiny. And sometimes it's the anchor, and sometimes it's the ship. Because sometimes you gotta sit still, and sometimes you gotta dip. This is why I write. This is why I write. This is why, this is why, this is why I write. I write because it's my therapy when I'm dealing with this, when I'm dealing with life and it feels like I can't fight. So I use my pen. I use my gift. This is why I write. This is why I write. This is why. This is why. This is why I write. I write because I spent most of my life emotionally silent. And writing my words are like me coming out of the darkest closet of depression and anger and personal slander. So I write because my words to me are like Thor and his hammer, connected. I write because my words, I write because I write. You got it. I write because I write so that I won't choke on my emotions. I write because my words flow like a lyrical ocean. Yes, I write because I'm working my gift. And my words come as an emotional lift. Yes, I write because serial killing can't be a hobby. I write because it keeps me balanced, walking through my mental lobby. Yes, I write because I read like a motherfucker, and the combination of words make up a different hustle. I write so my ancestors can breathe. I write poetry for you and me. I write because it's my freedom speech, and it ain't a nigga out here who can stop me, but me, from writing, from speaking, from growing. So I write to free my mind. I write to free you mentally because some of y'all are still behind. Yes, I write. Hello, Queen. I write black artistry. I write so you can feel Georgia's dome. I write poetry because that's the way my pen roams. Yes, I write. Because it's the blueprint to me and it's sketched out in the words of my poetry. This is why I write. And I think that's that piece.
The portrait for the ones behind the one. And I often wonder, it keeps me up at night, how I'm going to explain to my son what you really are. Because they say that we're so far from Martin Luther King's speeches and what happened at Wounded Knee. Oh, but a quick glance at any news station available will tell you, well, not really. Oh, America. The land of no restitution, just videotape collusion, no reparations, just tear gas demonstrations. America, your makeup is running. And we, the descendants of slaves, we, the displaced, we, the people that don't fit into your fucking dream, can see your face. So teacher, tell me a story. But don't tell me about Old Glory. No. Why don't you tell me the story of the ones that came before me? And when you do, you're going to have to paint me pictures of pain. Tales of treaties written in vain. You're going to have to tell me how I came from a line of animals that are never going to be men. 2020, never going to be viewed as men. But before you begin, why don't you take down that Thanksgiving poster that gives a perception of peace? Because that was never to be forever. Only Elise, alone. And we had to watch as they sat their nation on top of our home. And then they told us what we could own. So no, I'll never dress my child to the style of Pilgrim or what do they call us? Indian? I'll never play pretend. Teacher, tell me a story. But tell me the story of the ones that came before me so I can then take that story with me from my youth. But now when you tell me, you make sure you tell me the fucking truth.
That's right.
That's that one.
Yeah. Go black. Let's go. Round two.
The third world resides in the first. Just check the resting places of one of the races that they hate the worst. And I say resting places because the weather-browned faces exist on reservations, dying on reservations from situations and complications placed on their way of being by beings who consider themselves first. So I ask, is race a curse? Is color a curse? It's like they came with the names of those native to this land already reserved in their hearse. Snatching said land like a purse and distributing illnesses and blankets to blanket our cries in the sweet silence of death. Saying, oh, we don't really need it all. You can have what's left. The greatest theft was given a name, and still, 2020, and still, they won't say America with shame.
Right.
Voices, and now they're trying to quiet our voices. They're saying, speak, be silent, don't be violent, stand, now sit, never forget, get over it, control. The angry herd must not be given the power of word. They must remain unheard by power. Because if the people assume power, the rich, corrupt, the so-called mighty must cower. So distraction. We're going to provide them with grand attractions to distraction to keep them occupied from occupying. Their voices will lie dying because they will be too distracted to speak. Silently they will go into that sweet good night without a peep. Because we're going to give them games of sport and award shows for those that they worship more than their own maker. And with Lady Liberty unguarded, we will easily take her. With justice blindfolded, we will easily rape her. Voices, speak. Be silent. Don't be violent. Stand. Now sit. Never forget. But get over it. Control. To that I say, power to the people indeed. Power to the people forever. To the tribes of stolen lands, brutalized from the coast to the plains. To those cramped on ships and formerly wrapped in chains. We must flow together with these words to shake the slumber from their brains and pump the life-giving truth into their veins. Because they'll walk through parts of the South, like right here in South Carolina, you may still see the bloodstains from where men, women, and children were hanged, beaten to death or gunshot banged. You may still see the broken buildings from where native children were forced to unlearn their culture. Now follow the trail of tears where they cut open pregnant women and they left the remains for the circling vulture. As we were forced only to identify with who they were while losing ourselves. So it's time to dig deep within our wells because we've been forced only to identify with masters, called demons and savages by the pastors. We were never considered equal. But shit, I bet you in school they make you recite "We the People." Meanwhile, we are a broken people of scattered nations. They gave us false fucking freedom. And then they called that shit reparations.
Exactly.
But on the lip box, I bet you they only show the rap star, the athlete, the Indian, or the casino. But we should know the truth. It's time to reteach our youth. It's time to stop being spread apart like fingers, but come together to form the fist. So to that I say,
Black power.
power to the people indeed.
All right.
Power to the people forever. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to another show, Mr. Fire Encounters, where we encounter the talent around South Carolina. And today I have with me Miss Georgia Nubian, who has just performed at the Poetry Night at Hannibals on 16 Blake Street. How you doing today?
I am great. How are you?
I'm fine. So, like, where are you actually from?
I am from Macon, Georgia. I moved here to do poetry probably going on like 4 years ago now, 3-4 years ago, yeah.
Now, what actually got you into doing poetry?
Well, I started writing poetry when I was a kid. That was my way to communicate with my mom. Like, we had a real fucked up relationship, so that was our way to, hey, let's talk. So I would write her a poem, and she would respond with a letter. So in middle school, a teacher asked us to do a poetry contest, and I entered it. I won. I got published, and I've been writing since. I came to Charleston to do poetry because Charleston is the first place I ever spoke it, and it was like a form of liberation that I never felt before, so I came back here for that.
So now, tell me this. I'm guessing that your mom was the one that inspired you to do poetry? Who actually inspired you?
Honestly, all my inspiration, like, it was the Black history, you know, it was Maya Angelou, it was Gwendolyn Brooks, but it was my mom, because she made me do a project on Phyllis Wheatley, and she was like one of the first Black poets, and she kept me in a church doing different things. So yeah, my mom really did pave the way, but as far as like the inspiration, it was Maya. You know, I would read her poetry, and I would watch different movies, and like Poetic Justice, her poem alone was in that one. And then you got other movies like Antoine Fisher, it was a poem in that one. I don't know who was it, but I was like, you know what, that's dope. And of course, Love Jones, that's my favorite movie of all time. I was like, I want to get my Darius Love Hall on. I want to do that. Like, I want to do it. So it was just like my life, and the art of other people was my inspiration to do it.
Now, where have you performed at around this country other than Georgia and South Carolina?
North Carolina.
North Carolina?
Yeah. I have a family in North Carolina. We are the Collective, and I go up there every now and then. We'll do different shows, and the goal is to go other places, but so far it's only Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina.
Now, do you have any new projects coming up?
I do. I have my second book coming out, and I also have a spoken word album. So I have a spoken word album called The Heart of Georgia. It's dropping on April 15th. I have my book called Complex Compositions. It's also dropping on April 15th. And I just released my first poetry video called Hello Queen.
Okay then. So how can the people reach you if they're trying to find you?
You can find me on all social media platforms. I am Georgia Nubia. On Instagram is Georgia_Nubia. I have a website, is theheartofgeorgia.work. Or you can come to Northwoods Mall. I work at Lids. I sell hats. You can come see me in there. Yeah, and if you want to support me, I got my product on sale at Mama Africa, Downtown Charleston, and also in Northwoods Mall.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I've been waiting to do this interview since the second Sunday in January. No, I'm talking about for the meetup with you, yeah. But also, remember, every last Saturday of every month, come down to Hannibals, 16 Blake Street, for weekends, do a poetry night, where Miss Keyona Grant will be in charge of it. But you know where it's at already. Always have food and beer and wine ready for you. But thank you so much for joining us today. Yes, ma'am. Welcome to another show, Mr. Fire Encounters, where we bring you to town around South Carolina. Today, I have with me Brian. What's your last name? Huh? Howard. This young man here just did a nice poem just now, 2 poems, both about the corruption in America, and I definitely loved it. Now, tell people, where are you from?
I'm originally from Holly Hill, South Carolina, but I moved up here. I've been up here for about close to 15 years now. I've been doing poetry for 10 years, over 10 years, and I've been doing poetry in Charleston for about 5 years.
Now, what really got you into doing poetry?
I mean, really, I just saw the problems of my people. I saw the problems in the government, and then I saw a poet named Saul Williams. Saul Williams was like, he's an amazing poet, and I was like, well, maybe I can convey a message, you know what I'm saying, to my people, to other people, let them know what's going on in the government, let them know about the real history of the world, and I can do that through poetry.
Now, who really got you inspired? Like, well, I asked already. Let me make sure. But other than the corruption in America, who really got you into it? Like, who gave you that drive?
I had a mentor. He's recently passed away. Well, a couple years passed away. But me and him ran into each other through my work. At the time, I was working at Walmart. He was about, let's say, 10 years older than me. Me and him started talking. He started telling me things, and I started going and researching for myself because I had already saw at a young age that something's not right with America. Something's not right with how my people have been treated. Something is not right with the history books that are in schools right now. And so talking to him, he really opened my eyes even more. I went and did the research. Like I said, I saw Saul Williams, who inspired me to do the poetry, and I said, okay, I'm gonna put these two things together, and this is how I'm gonna do it.
So, any new projects coming up?
Right now, I have. I'll be doing poetry. I do poetry at Chill and Grill every first and last Thursday of the month, and that's at Chill and Grill in North Charleston. I actually have a project right now coming out with Georgia Nubia. We're going to be doing something together, so that's something to look forward to. If you want to follow me, you can look me up on Facebook. I'm Brian Howard on Facebook. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Forever Santee, Santee 1986.
Well, we're about to start the show again, so we'll see y'all later.
Y'all can hear me?
Good camera.
This is my second time out here, so I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna let your minds wander for a little bit. Y'all can't hear me? No. Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. Finally? You sure? What's your time? You talking about the couple of Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Good. How y'all doing tonight?
Great. Good.
Okay. Let's get into it. My poem is called Bodies. Marinate on that. Traces of reflections, males lingering in the backdrop of every scene, trying not to be seen. Or my leaving behind residue of yesteryear just to rewash the smell of yesterday. A new body, same background, a different mentality. Wow. So not a dream. Reality hits me hard like a ton of bricks. Just a revolving door of mistakes and disappointments. Yet to be reset or done over. To correct. Pause. Stop. Repeat. Also not what you thought. Huh. Think about it, girl. This is not you or your life. It's a thing called soul ties from a man that you were in love with.
Welcome to another show of Mystifying Encounters, where we bring you the talent around Charleston and all around. Today I have me the poet, Miss Deborah. How you doing today?
Good.
So where are you from?
I'm from Charleston, South Carolina, downtown, born and raised.
Okay, so I had to ask this question. What high school you went to?
I went to North Charleston High.
Okay, I thought she went to Burke. I'm sorry, but she went to North Charleston anyway, so excuse her for that. So what really got you into doing poetry?
I was in elementary school. It was just something that I believe God gave me, things that would just come to me, or God has shown me, and life experience,
So who really gave you that drive to start poetry or continue with it?
Well, my dad, but what it really was for me, it was my oldest brother, Michael Brown Cartwright. He gave me that push, and also my sister Nicole Lindsay Cartwright.
So, do you have any upcoming projects coming up soon, like sometime this year?
I do have, because I'm going through a healing process. Shout out to my big bro Ken Locke, my sis Georgia Nubia, Jay Bond, Keyona Grant, Shimki Gray, and my children, of course, CJ and Maisha, my blessings, my motivation. I'm coming out with a podcast between June and July. It's going to be called Life, Journey, and Poetry. You know, come walk with me through my life. Come with me on this journey and explore my poetry.
So, can you please give the people your social media or any way that they can contact you in case they want to reach you or anything like that?
Yes, y'all can reach me on Facebook. It's Deborah Balin, parentheses Cartwright. You can reach me on Instagram, A Better Deborah, and you can reach out to me actually on YouTube. It's called Lady D, and also, am I forgetting something? Snapchat. I just changed it to Lady D. So you can reach out to me on all except Twitter.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and hopefully we'll see you around some more, okay? Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So I go by the name of D.A. Smalls. I'm a Christian lyricist. So thank you for having me again. This is a beautiful place right here, and I try not to miss any if I can. I appreciate every artist. I appreciate every artist that come out here, and they come out here and do their thing and pour their heart out, all right? So, man, I might have to do this acapella. Really?
I told you.
No, you.
We're gonna try this one more time. Let's go ahead and play it before we go out.
Yeah, let's play it.
Yeah. There's not more water right here, alright? Come on. If you ain't got no chicken in your hand, if you can snap with me just a little bit, though. If your hands ain't too greasy, so. I just want my wings to soar and sit above the clouds, so I'm closer to the man above. And probably go ahead and knock on this door to ask a few questions and to tell him that I'm so in love with the things that he be doing for us. Getting the vivid picture of the world that he placed me on and made me shed a tear or more. For the loves that we lost, yeah, turn my feelings on and see the water fall from his eyes. He cries cause people don't understand that this world is lies. We shooting to make it big in the physical eye, but never seeing the side of the spiritual fights. Love and never lucky cause my genes not Irish, molded by dirty clay, but I'm clean from Irish. Never will hesitate just to speak on violence. The thing that's killing the kids is we don't speak, we silent. Faith is a big thing that we must possess. It's impossible to please God if our faith ain't there. Life was really hard, but I prayed for better. And yeah, I had a praying mom to make that better. Instead of calling them N-I-G-G-A, we need to call them kings and queens, cause that's the way they were made. And me, I just want to be the one to spread that love. I remember the days when I had no love. Heart became so cold, so the sun can never warm me. But now I know the truth to be set free. If no enemy is within, y'all can't mess with me. Baby boy is my blessing that he gave to me. So I just want my wings to soar and sit above the clouds, so I'm closer to the man above. And probably go ahead and knock on his door to ask a few questions and to tell him that I'm so in love with the things that he be doing for us. Yeah. With the things he be doing for us, with the things that he be doing for us. Just to tell him that I'm so in love, I just want my wings to soar and sit above the clouds, so I'm closer to the man above. Oh, we been ready. Turn that down just a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, just turn down the music just a little bit, alright? Check it, test it, test it. Test it. Typically, I'm the man nobody wants to hear. Oh, we're gonna redo this one real quick. Can we do this? Redo this one? No, we want to do it. My bad. That is not the DJ fault, that is mine. I came ill prepared, okay? Damn, my man eating up every piece of grill on that. I want some chicken too, that nigga look good.
That's all the chicken you want, brother.
I did that.
Go ahead.
You did that?
I fried that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
You put a foot in it.
You turn my mic back up just a little bit more? Yeah. Test it. Let's go. Yeah, typically I'm the man nobody wants to hear. Prosecuted by the law in my heavy fears. Never had a real home, so I'm sleeping on my tears. Veil over my eyes so I can't really see clear. My instincts help me to lessen the pain. It's survival what it fits when you're living in vain. But constantly I tell myself that I'm the man. I hold my head high, even though my heart's down again. I stand by my vision as my vision's getting clear. Where's the sunny days, blue sky? The man, it sounds so appealing. And people always telling me to never give up, but you never been through what I've been through. This is the real stuff. Feel the cup to my past, never let it go. Try to take over the game, but I'm moving slow. It's so surprising, got the green light, but I never go. I speak hard in pain, cause that's all that I really know. Rather be real with myself than fake to the nation. Walking testimony, did it with no hesitation. And it's amazing how I conquer these fears. Ever since then, I turned into a man, less than tears, listen here. I dare to be different, I dare to make a change. Eyes thinking on me like the Mona Lisa picture paint. I wonder what they see, is it me? Conforming to the world, there is a man of royalty. Shining brightly like the night in the fairy tale. Price of admission is your soul to the world so you can live well. But I'll be damned if I get added up. Cause my soul is mine to keep until God takes me up. Used to be laughed at, used to be picked on. Had a heck of a life, the burden just slipped on one by one. But now I'm straight untouchable, son. Can't stop me, I promise I'm the dominant one. It's a flawless victory when I conquer the one. You try to bring me down, leave me there and jump the gun. All these kids out here running after their dreams. Instead they turn to dope boys, addicts and major fiends for all me. Somebody just lend us a hand. Need a shoulder to lean on and help us stand. Help us to be a man and a woman too. Instead of searching for affection in the world cause they can lead me through. That's how I know I've been through the hailstorm. Fingers pointed at me but none of us can cast a stone. Watch the ripples as my heart skips across the street. I feel bad for the kids with the dead beats. Being judged cause they was taught to live in all defeat. By any means necessary to stay in the streets, the world takes a notion. Says take precaution, the miracles come. But they claim it while it's over. 100 knees on the altar asking for forgiveness. But their motives never right, I'm a living witness. You give this, the kisses you always missed it. The love from a mother and father, you never get it. Suited up tight to the game like you were fitted. Encourage your words of wisdom from an old man singing. Did you get the mission? I'm a committed, a soldier in the field, but I never reveal this. I'm fighting that my past is terminated off the hit this year. I've been sifted, little maestro lifted. I listen here to cry to the children that's always gifted. Can't help but wonder why the world is like a piston blasting off. Never thinking about its decisions, the words that you say. Choosing wisely, I wish that I had control over the size like a snapback. I'm all that I can't stop until I'm able to get back. Stop that right there. Watch this. Cause I know y'all couldn't hear me, cause I couldn't hear me. Watch this.
That's total.
Typically, I'm the man nobody wants to hear. Prosecuted by the law in my heavy fears. Never had a real home, so I'm sleeping on my tears. Veil over my eyes so I can't really see clear. My instincts help me to lessen the pain. It's survival what it fits when you're living in vain. But constantly I tell myself that I'm the man. I hold my head high, even though my heart's down again. I stand by my vision as my vision's getting clear. Where's the sunny days, blue skies, and man, it sounds so appealing. And people always telling me to never give up, but you've never been through what I've been through. This is the real stuff. Feeling cuffed to my past, never let it go. Try to take over the game, but I'm moving slow. It's so surprising, got the green light, but I never go. I speak hard in pain, cause that's all I ever really know. Rather be real with myself than fake to the nation. Walking testimony, did it with no hesitation. And it's amazing how I conquer these fears. Ever since then, I turned into a man, less than tears, listen here. I dare to be different, I dare to make a change. Eyes stinging on me like the Mona Lisa picture, man. I wonder what they see isn't me. Conforming to the world that isn't man of royalty. Shining brightly like the night in the fairy tales. Price of admission is your soul to the world so you can live well. But I'll be danged if I get at her. Cause my soul is mine to keep until God takes me up. Used to be laughed at, used to be picked on. Had a heck of a life, the burdens just slipped on one by one. but now I'm straight untouchable, son. Can't stop me, I promise I'm the dominant one. It's a flawless victory when I conquer the one who tried to bring me down, leave me there and jump the gun. All these kids out here running after their dreams, instead they turn to dope boys, added to major fiends. By all means, cause somebody just lend us a hand. Need a shoulder to lean on and help us stand. Help us to be a man and a woman too, instead of searching for affection in the world cause they believe they through. Ask me how I know. I've been through the hailstorm. Fingers pointed at me, but none of them can cast a stone. Watch the ripples as my heart skips across the street. I feel bad for the kids with the deadbeats, being judged because they was taught to live in all defeat. By any means necessary to stay in the streets. The world takes a notion, it says take precaution, the miracle has come, but to claim it while it's awful. 100 knees on the altar asking for forgiveness, but their motives never right. I'm a living witness. You get this, the kisses you always missed it, the love from a mother and father you never get it. Suited up tight to the game like you were fitted, encourage your words of wisdom from an old man that's sitting. Did you get the mission? I'm a commenced a soldier in the field, but I never reveal this. I'm fighting as my past is terminated off the hit list. Yeah, I've been sifted, little maestro uplifted. Listen, hear the cries of the children that's always gifted. Can't help but wonder why the world is like a piston blasting off. Never thinking about its decisions, the words that you say. Choose them wisely, I wish that I had control over the sides like a snapback. I'm all that, I can't stop until I'm able to give back. On the track, cause I'm killing the beat. Speaking real stories, ain't no mysteries. Struggling stories, how I survived it all in the streets. It's so discreet, I wonder what the stars is telling me. Explain it please, I know you want to see the galaxy. And take the keys to education. It's amazing how I'm blazing every mic and every stage that I'm facing. Never racist, only hating the faces that said I'm wasting this. Shaking this feeling, I'm never making it. I promise that I'm going hard and ain't no breaking this. And how to do like me, escalade, had collisions with the worst, got dispersed, so I pray today. I wonder what the CNN is talking about. Nations fighting nations, man, that's all that's coming out their mouth. Oh, another dead child out the dirty South. Revitalized, look me in my eye, peek this out. A one-man army steady trying to make a change. $0 in this bank account, man, that gotta change. I appreciate y'all, D.A. Smalls.
My name's DL Mac. I got 2 pieces for y'all tonight. Here it goes. When I'm alone, I talk to my shoes. Why not? They go wherever I go. I got them in all my favorite colors. Red, black, burgundy, and blue. And I like them cheap like a date with a regular girl. But my favorite pair, I gotta bring them out like Jay-Z, lock them up, throw away the key to my hype, no beast. When I'm in my shoes, I'm off the chain, no leash. Real G's moving silence, no speak. And sometimes I converse, in my converse I get way too deep. You can spare me your feelings when I'm in my spirits, cause my heart's rose. I like all my shoes in that color. And the truth is, Vans, they're my bread and butter. And sometimes I reminisce with them about the best kiss I received in the summer, and what it feels to stand behind the mic, and what a heartbreak feels like. Because they tell the best stories. And when I see you, I wonder what they say about you. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna do something a little different. Some of y'all know what I'm about to do. So give me a word. Give me a word, any word. Something difficult. Something difficult to rhyme. Analytical? Alright. Anybody else got a word?
It's just us.
Hospitality.
Jesus.
Cosmetology and analytical.
Wow.
Alright. Here I go. Father God, I thank you for the gift that you've given me. And I pray that your gift lives within me. Because it's so analytical how crazy life can be. When you really think about it in your dome. My hair's so straight I don't even need a comb. But guess what? I got this poetry that I'm about to put to your dome. Truth be told, this game is old, but it's never been sold like I'm about to give it to you. I'm telling y'all how I'm living it, but I'm just trying to give it the real deal. Holy feel. Like I'm in the ring about to go 8 rounds with Muhammad Ali. I float like a butterfly, but I don't sting like a bee because my words are so dope. I don't sell dope, I sell words. Truth is, I'm so independent, call me indie. They be looking at me now like I'm selling Fendi. Hold up, you gonna see what's really in my mind, in my time, trying to get my time back. You stole my watch, so get my time back. Watch me, why is that? Watch me work with it, cause I got the words, make it, gotta hit so sick with it, gotta get with it. They call me Mac, but that's just my last name. I don't even have to sell you game, I'm just spitting the truth that you can feel me. Like Braille, so you can feel me. It's really in me, in, out of me, inside of me. And this, I'm bringing it back like the Mac sitting in the back of Cadillac with my nose up. I just gotta get the doze up like suicide, because I thought about suicide like 2 times, but didn't die.
Alright.
Shit.
Get to him.
I thought about suicide like 2 times, but didn't die. It's do or die, live and try. I gotta get this in my mind out. I'm trying to get my mind out with the analytical rhymes. Freedom and time is Black History Month, so it's freedom and it's mine. With my fist up. I'm gonna tell you what I get when I get up. The Nikes is fresh, but guess what? I know it's close to the death, because every time I see some Nikes, I know somebody about to die. Or is that more like Jordan? Or what's really important? Because I'm passing out emotions. Man, I wish I wrote that line. Because that line was dope. And I got rhymes that sell like coke, but truth is, I'm just me.
Preacher, I gotta really teach you features. People said I got the sneakers, but I got the sliders. I'm breaking your ankles like Jordan, wonder why. They copy Urban with the handles, I tell them I put that hurting on them. They say they lurking, I tell them it's so certain on them. I just had to really kill this game. The mic ain't really win now, so I'm gonna change this thing. DL Grant, we the indie artists in the track. Telling lies to you like I'm on the act. The mic going out, but I'ma keep spitting. And people say I gotta get it, but I tell them I meant it. I meant it to win it. And people said this is the beginning. How you really try to stop me? I tell them I'm steady winning. I can never take a loss. I done took too many in the past, so I'm just trying to really get it. It will never last. Not to give you what you need. I don't really give you greed, but I give you seeds. I plant the things in your mind. I plant them in your soul. And God does the water and tell them this is the way it goes. I'm Biggie Tupac, I'm keeping it right. Never stop because you know that we be living this life. We living it right. We upset, we living uptight. And I smile when I wake up in the day and the night. Hold up, if you really want to speak the truth, I thank God for what he do. Man, I'm not spooked. The people said I got the books. I keep the knowledge. People really try to stop me. I tell them I never judge. Man, my man fresh to death. I thank you for just what you do. He said hospitality, so I'm gonna really keep it true. Let me dap him up and tell him what's your name. Hi, nice to meet you, D.S. I'm spitting game, trying to really keep it right, trying to really keep it tight. I thank you for the hairstyles that you wear day and night, cause you a queen, and yeah, I'm straight and like in this state. Keyona, we thank you for this little thing that you do. Hannibals, cause you know we keep it so true. The poetry, now red, white, and blue, I'm keeping it real. Georgia, man, you said hello, what you talking about? Queen day and night, man, I know you about it. Hey, I know you're so powerful, man, I know you won't never really just do it just to the crack of dawn. I ain't really worried about the mic. We gon' keep this interview just going all night. Let's go.
Okay. Yo, I gave you what I need. I be talking like this, and I ain't watching me. Give me the light, don't be working, right? Don't do the like this, like day and night. When we talk about God, give me the brother, man. Let me looking, let me go, if you watching, let me going in. Feel like it's about to win it. I be doing everything like I'm in the middle of the world. Rather than just stay away from the chest, man. Won't just do it. Talking like a fool. I be looking like so cool, like no fool. I be looking like a dog, like a fool. Freestyling on top of the dome. We ain't small, we all back, we don't back, no. I be looking like John Hall and never. I be looking like Gretchen, I'm ready to back. I be looking like Gretchen. I be like this, baby, Gretchen.
some rappers break down, but don't remember sounds. I have my own. I chose the underground, like me, they hate me. You know you can't stop me. I represent the brothers from the Port City. Yeah, that's me. I ain't got no more to say. I'm gonna give the mic up to the brother on the left. Yeah, that's what's up.
Welcome to another show, Mr. Fine Encounters, where we encounter all the talent around South Carolina. Today I have with me at Poetry Night at down on 16 Blake Street, Hannibals Kitchen, we have D.L. Mack, the poet of, one of the poets for the night. So, where are you from?
I'm from Adams Run. Adams Run.
Now, what got you into poetry?
A heartbreak. Heartbreak got me into poetry. That got me writing, and hip hop got me into poetry too as well.
So, do you have any upcoming projects coming up anytime soon?
I have a book out right now on Amazon called Black by D.L. Mack, of course, and they have a poetry event out in Ravenel, South Carolina called Poets at a Party. If you type in Poets at a Party on Facebook, you'll find it and information about the party.
Now, do you have any social media that the people can find you at?
You can find me at Snapchat, Backpack Poetry. You can find me at Instagram, Duffel Bag Poetry. And you can find me on Facebook at DL Mack.
Welcome to another show, Mr. Fine Encounters, where we bring you the most talent around South Carolina and all around Charleston. And today I have with me
D.A. Smalls.
Now, I seen this young man around meeting the minds and everything else. He's a Christian rapper. But where you from?
I'm actually from Cross, South Carolina, but you know Charleston is where it's at, and I'm Christian lyricist though. Christian lyricist. Gotcha.
So you went to Cross High School?
Yes, sir.
My school had a rivalry with y'all, Burke High School.
Oh man.
In fact, y'all stole our logo for our band, but we'll leave that part alone. All my real Burke people know about that already though. But what really got you into doing Christian rap or being a Christian lyricist?
Oh man. If I had to say one big thing, my son and my community when I was in the military, you know, making a bigger impact, a better impact to influence them in a positive way. So God really changed my life when I lost everything. And so this gift to do music, you know, I just wanted to give back. That's why I turned into Christian lyricist, not a Christian rapper, because a lyricist, I can spit on anything. You know, rapping is for entertainment. For me, you know, no offense to rappers out there, but you know, lyricists, just truth. That's it.
Now, I seen your work. You do poetry and everything because you just performed tonight at the Hannibals Soul Kitchen on 16 Blake Street. And shout out to them. Thank you for hosting the show and everything else. And hopefully next time I win that prize next month. I ain't buying 20 tickets for nothing. But so tell me, what kind of projects you have out right now?
I got an album out right now called 24 Hours, and then we got our 24 Hours bonus track. Bonus track you can't find on Spotify or anything like that, but the 24 Hours album you can find on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, just about any major music platform. I got something new coming out. It's called In the Trenches, and that album right there is basically something my mom told me. When we say the trenches, we're not speaking about down on anybody or anything like that as a Christian. We're saying like God is everywhere. So he draws people out of any and everywhere. You know, you think God ain't next to you when you in the club, or you think God ain't next to you when you know, doing whatever you're doing, but he everywhere you go. So that's why it's called In the Trenches.
Now, outside of Charleston, where have you actually performed outside of Charleston, South Carolina? Where have you performed at?
Charlotte. I do motivational, inspirational speaking too. So I slip little music in when I go. I've been to Texas, Nebraska, the Marines, obviously. So I was in Okinawa, Japan, for a while. So those are about the three major places that I've been to outside of Charleston, outside of South Carolina.
Okay, so you could literally say that technically you're kind of worldwide right now, and you're trying to make sure you get to that point. I see. Now, where can we reach you? Or on social media platforms, emails, anything like that? How can the people reach out there for they can find you and ask you to do anything for them, or call you out for motivational speaking, or just see you?
You can find me on my page on Facebook at IMDA Smalls. That's IM_D.A_Smalls. You can find me on Facebook also at Darwin A. Smalls. That's my official Facebook page. You can go on Instagram, IMDA Smalls, the same way. YouTube, DA Smalls, WMGA. And Spotify and iTunes and everything else, you can just look up D.A Smalls. That's D.A space Smalls.
Now, any last words for the people for the night?
There's something that I've been working on right now. I'm working on it with an artist too named Jekka Soul. Shout out to Kicking Radio as well. Shout out to what you're doing, man. I appreciate that. And just Charleston itself, just everybody. But I do want to say this right here. As a Christian, man, I come out here not to judge. I come out here to speak truth, just my testimony. And I apologize on all Christians' behalf, whoever judged you, who stopped you from actually seeking God. That's my thing right there. You know, he loves you. He said, with love I have drawn thee, not with hate and not with judgment. So I'm coming out here just to represent the kingdom in a better way. All right?
Thank you so much for joining us on Mystifying Encounters. Hopefully y'all see him soon. And remember, if you see him on Hannibal, hopefully he comes back next month on the last Sunday, every month on the last Sunday, and also on the second Sunday at 787 Bar and Grill on Dorchester Road. This young man here, he's very talented. So thank you so much for joining us on Mystifying Encounters, and I'll see you next time. Welcome to another show, Mystifying Encounters, where we bring you the talent around Charleston, South Carolina, and all around the country. Today, I am with Miss Keyona Grant, a Burke High School grad. I have to say that, but also right now we are at one of her shows that she hosts herself at Hannibals Soul Kitchen on 16 Blake Street, downtown Charleston. It's a poetry night where she does giveaways, but also feature poetry around Charleston and also apparently from Georgia and everywhere else. So now tell me this, how did you come up with this concept of poetry night for here?
This concept was kind of just brought upon me. There was another young lady who was talking about a poetry night, and she just inspired me to do my own. And that's how it all started. I have a strong support system from the folks who were here tonight and from my family. So it was definitely, I was definitely inspired by the young lady, Miss Kalisa.
Okay. Now, some of y'all may have seen her on some of my clips right now for doing Meeting of the Minds. She performs there at 787 Bar and Grill. Sorry for shouting that out, but I'll give everybody a shout out, no matter what, it's all equal. And that happens on every second Sunday. Shout out Long Time Coming for Colors and Rock Fame. She gonna make sure she get all her people out there right now. So I know that you do music, you know, but they probably don't know. So what really got you into doing music?
As far as music, I started at a young age. I started with music maybe at about the age of 14. And back then I didn't take it seriously. It was all fun, you know, house studios, you know, just having fun. It was all about the fun. It was always an expression of self and how I felt. So that's what really got me into music. What kept me doing music was the fact that I can inspire other people. And that's what I live for. Now,
tell me this, who gave you that drive to actually go forth and make a music career?
My older brother, Don Robinson, check him out, and my sister, Keyona Grant. They always support me. I'll drop a track and I'll send it to them and they'll let me know how they feel about it. Like, yeah, I like this one, but that's not all the way how I feel like you should come, you know, and they always keep me on my toes. So my brother and my sister have definitely inspired me, even down to my puds, J Bone, check her out. She's definitely a dope artist. She inspires me every day with her music, and her heart and the way she carries herself inspires me every day. That's definitely my motivation. And my niece and nephew, because I want to make a good example for them.
Okay, now that's very positive. That's very good. Now, any upcoming projects you may have coming up?
Yes, I'm definitely, I have an EP that I'm working on entitled Gladiator that will be out in April. I'm doing my poetry night, like you said, every fourth Sunday. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now as far as the music scene. I have an EP coming out. I'm hoping to drop a few videos with you. So I got some videos coming out. Not sure when yet, but definitely going to have some videos. Definitely.
Now, social media, where can the people reach you if they're trying to find you to ask you to perform, to do any kind of viewings, showcases, something, anything like that? How can they find you?
Okay, you can find me on Facebook, Keyona Grant. That's Keyona Grant. And you can find me on Instagram. That's Keyona, Keyona _Grant 28. That's how old I am. So that's what you can find me.
She's a little youngin', you know. She's a little youngin'. But thank you so much for joining me on this show. Thank you so much, because I've been trying to interview her since I first met her again since school. But now we finally got on the show, and hopefully you will see more of her coming up all around the world. She's gonna be traveling. Oh, and one last question: where have you traveled at when you perform?
I performed a couple times out in Houston. I've been at 787, Meeting of the Minds. I performed a couple times back in the day in Hollywood. I've been at Meeting of the Minds since 2015. So I've been performing, and also, here at Hannibals Kitchen every time.
Now, hopefully you will be performing next month, right? At Meeting of the Minds.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and give out that shout out right now, because apparently I will be hosting Meeting of the Minds next month. So hopefully it is true. But thank you so much for joining me on my show, and thank you for everything that you do for around here, especially at Hannibal's Kitchen. Please come out here, get the food. I suggest the shrimp and the and red rice. Everybody else want the crab rice, but I don't eat all that stuff, but I just want the shrimp. But thank you so much, and please, you have a great night, and hopefully this becomes a bigger success than what it is now.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, listen, it's a big boss mentality. That's my motto.
See you next time on Mystifying Encounters, where we encounter all the greatness around Charleston, and I'll see you later. Bye.